Hey guys, happy Friday. Today I wanted to share a little bit, kind of like a race report from my race last weekend. I went to Chicago to visit a very good friend of mine and see them turn the river green, which is very cool. And I looked for a half marathon, which they had one that morning. So I did a half marathon and my friend Amy did the 7K. And this is my first race I've done since I've turned 50, so I'm in a new age group. And I have never been able to run a half marathon officially under an hour and 50 minutes. So that has been my goal. It was actually my goal for the year is to break an hour 50. I did do a virtual a couple of years ago where you do it yourself and then you report in your results, and I broke it by 3 seconds. And I was so excited. I started crying and everything. And here I am like in a back road of Whately all by myself. But so I wanted to officially break an hour 50. So when the race started, I started running and there was this guy in front of me, a pacer. He had a balloon on a stick and it said 145. And in my head, I thought, 145 is really too fast. I was kind of looking for the 150 pacer. Actually, that's a lie. I really wasn't looking for a pacer, but I was running with the 145 guy and I said, I'm going to try to stick with you. I don't know if I can do it, but please, feel free to yell at me to, keep me going. And the minutes we were running we were about 15 seconds. Each mile we were about 15 seconds early. So we were running too fast, which I go out when I race, and I have always done this. I go out too fast and I try not to, but in my brain, I think I'm banking seconds that will help me in the end, which is probably not always true. They always say don't go out too fast, and I try really hard, but I felt really good. So I stayed with this 145 pacer, and I thought I'm going to try to stay with him for 3 miles, and then I just need to get in my own groove. So I did stay with him for 3 miles, then 4, then 5, and it was an out and back. So we follow the bike path down along Lake Michigan, and I was with him till 6.5 miles, the turnaround. And as soon as we turned around, and every mile was fast, as soon as we turned around, it was like hitting a wall of wind. I have never run against a headwind. I felt like my body was leaning this way into the wind, and I knew I was not running as fast as I was on the way down. Obviously, I had a little tailwind pushing me. So he kept slipping away. He had to stay on his pace. He kept slipping away further and further in front of me, and I thought, I'll just keep him in my sights, keep going. It was wicked cold. My fingers were freezing. See, and I'm losing my guy, and my mind is starting to play some games with me. And it's basically making me doubt myself, which happens to everybody in almost everything we do. So I was second guessing. I'm thinking, I started, really hating it. And I thought, I'm just going to walk. Who cares? Nobody cares what my time is. Just me. And I snapped myself out of it. I started actually talking to myself. There was nobody around me. So I was like, come on, you've got this. And it did suck. I kept saying, it sucks. And you know that. When I teach my class at the gym, I tell my people, make it suck because you will get better for it. Work through the suck. So I was yelling at myself doing that. And I thought, wow, people in my class must think I'm just really a bitch. But it worked. And I thought, if I can motivate other people, I should be able to motivate myself. And it worked. And I did. I struggled. But when I finished and I saw the time, I finished 1:48:35. I was so psyched. I did it. And I could walk. I didn't die. I was very, very, very cold. But I was psyched. And I share that on Facebook, not to brag. I am no better than anybody. I'm a schmo. I tell everyone I'm a schmo. But I put it out there because people can do anything. You can do anything you set your mind to. You just have to continuously work towards it. For me, my victory, it was a personal record for me. My victory is not really crossing the finish line. It's really the daily workouts every day when you don't want to work out, when I'm going to teach teach Pilates class thinking, oh no, I hope nobody shows up because I don't feel like doing it. They show up and it's like, yes, thank you, because I needed that. So it's those small daily things that you think don't matter. Go to cycle, I go to my spin class, maybe I'll bag it. I don't. I do a lot of cross training. I've been following P90X2. I'm just wrapping up that program, and I was pretty committed to it. I had to work around a lot of my other stuff that I do to fit it in, but for the majority, I did really well with it. And it's that cross training that pulled me through. I did very little running. I've never trained so little on the pavement for a race as I did for this race. So there's a lot to be said for cross training, and I'm total believer. I didn't get injured. I felt great. But just so you know, it's the daily victories that nobody sees. Those are the things that matter. Eat the donut or eat the granola. You choose. And will that one choice, kill you or make you healthy? No. But you do it every day, it matters. Consistency. I always go back to consistency. I've been listening to The Slight Edge. It's these little things that give you the slight edge. And people think, well, I'm just going to stay the same. You don't stay the same. You're either improving or you're digressing. You're either improving your health little by little by little by little, or you are not. You might even be harming your health little by little by little by little. So just think about that when you make your choices. We're not going for perfection, right? We're just going for progress, and preferably the progress that grows up versus the progress that goes down. You will have days that go down, but if you push consistently, you will have a nice steady incline. So just something to think about this week when you make your little choices, and when you don't want to push play on that program, or you think you don't have the 30 minutes for your workout, or you don't have the hour at lunch to go running, or you don't want to change to go swimming. They're all excuses. So push through, and in the end, those little daily things, those daily struggles that you get through, those are what matter. So I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.